Hello, this is Lilian Mavridara, and I would like to explore the topic of feeling burned out as an activist. And forgive, there may be a little bit of sound because inspiration and work is called at all times, whether if there's quiet space around or not. So this aspect of feeling burned out, it's becoming more and more a household word, and I'm not saying that lightly. I'm saying that in a very concerned way. There are many ways that this is expressed, and we don't always are conscious of it. So it can be that you're feeling tired, you feel exhausted, you feel overwhelmed, you feel hopeless. And there is this question that may be arising, which is what's the point? What's the point to do X, Y, Z? What's the point of trying to change X, Y, Z, and when nothing is happening? When, let's say, the funding is not there, the government is not doing X, we see more and more uprising and not enough support for our efforts, etc. There are many pieces that I can add in this, but hopefully you're hearing that there are many ways that current conditions in our work do not support us to continue doing what we love doing, which is to advocate for whether for health environment, for to keep our biodiversity going, to protect animals, birds, forests, our overheating oceans. How can we stop that and save the life, save the land? There are so many pieces that can really break your heart on a daily basis. So if that's where you are, just know that this is normal. It's not pleasant, but this is normal. And it's normal because that means that you are feeling, you have not checked out your feeling, and that, especially if you are feeling by yourself, and I will explain what I mean here, that becomes a burden, and that burden is expressed outwardly as feeling burned out. So one of the things there's a lot to be said here, and I will try to do my best to break it down in a few videos. But here, what I would like to explore and offer are three tips that you could see how they may work in and with your life. So the first one is to slow down. You know, when there is a lot going on, the tendency is to accelerate and do more. Because if we slow down, there's this question, am I doing enough? So I would challenge you here and say, what if you indeed slowed down in what you're doing so that you could assess where you are and what you need to keep you going? The second piece is that we cannot do this kind of work alone. In the westernized world, there's this, this utopic, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like you do everything by yourself. You're independent, and the whole world is falling apart, and it's your job to save it. Well, one person cannot save the world, one person can do X, Y, Z. It is all of us that we need to be and come together to save the world. So I would challenge you to reflect on those moments in your daily life, maybe in your work, in your personal life, where you have the tendency to go alone. And the third piece is to reflect on what is your resourcing and support system. So definitely, eating well, sleeping well, being out in the sunlight, having resting moments, throughout the day, seeing beauty, but also being in what is your relational support system. I totally understand, feeling tired. You had a rough day or a full day. You want to go home, take a beer, sit in front of the TV and veg out. And definitely there is a place for that, and it's healthy. And I would also challenge you, where can you share that moment with another or a few trusted friends? Building a support system, a relational support system where you feel safe enough and you feel comfortable enough to express what are your concerns, to express what are your worries. And sometimes they're not even words, you just sit in company of other people, not looking at your phone, but actually sharing moments of looking at the natural environment. It's that connection at all levels that matters and helps resource parts of us that feel the burden of the work that we do. So I would encourage you to reflect on these 3 points, see how they work or not for you, and let me know. And if you would like more support and some of the resources that I have, please look below and connect with me. Thank you. My name is Lilian Mavridara.